Hi, my name is Melina, and I want to share with you today some information that might be valuable to you if you are dealing with autoimmune conditions or some kind of mystery illness, chronic fatigue, um, multiple chemical sensitivities. There's various things that are kind of misunderstood, or actually very misunderstood right now, that are affecting many individuals, not just me. But I would like to share as briefly as I can, um, what has helped me. And this is super important, I think, because I keep meeting more and more people who have health issues, health concerns, and they don't know what's going on. And not that I have all the answers, but I've definitely been around the block and been through some stuff. So I think that my experiences and what has helped me, what is helping me, can be really valuable to other people. So basically, briefly, about 2.5 years ago, I went through a series of traumas, like on all levels: spiritual, mental, physical, emotional, and this led to incredible stress on my system. So I'm speaking mostly like on the physical level right now. The stress that I went through basically caused incredibly severe chronic illness, where I was barely functioning. Um, some of the symptoms that I experienced were vibrations, like feeling vibrations in my feet or somewhere else in my body. Just literally, like if you were sitting on a couch, somebody's like bouncing up and down the couch. It's kind of what it felt like, but no one's sitting there, no one's doing that. It's inside your body, inside your nervous system. And this would happen when I would try to sleep, which was also not a common occurrence. Sleep. I had really severe insomnia for a couple of years. So that happened as well. Very constricted chest, right around like the heart center. Had ringing in my ears. I had a lot of brain fog. Like like cognitive abilities were severely depleted, and I could barely think and speak and really understand what other people were talking to me about. So it kind of just felt like I was drugged all the time, like heavily drugged. I had chronic fatigue, like barely had any the ability to just walk like one house down without being completely wasted afterwards. Just like couldn't function, could barely get up from the couch to go to the kitchen or the bathroom type of thing. Like really bad, right? Had burning sensations that would just happen in my body, various parts, like my body was on fire. So just like various twitches that would happen, tingling, muscle tightness, incredible inflammation. I mean, like I never knew was possible in my whole body, but especially in my hips and my back and shoulders. And my nervous system was basically always activated, like always on, always in fight or flight. I could not relax at all. So this was like an extended period of time. Of course, there are many other symptoms, many other things that I was dealing with. I couldn't eat many foods without having some kind of reaction to them. So basically, I was in my house a lot, very isolated, and felt hopeless a lot of times, but knew that there was a purpose behind what I was going through. Knew that once I got through to the other side, that I would be happier than ever and would be able to help support other people's and putting together pieces as to why they might be going through what they're going through and what could help them. So that's part of the reason I'm putting this together just right now. So basically, other than, of course, you can't separate the physical from the spiritual, emotional, and psychological. I understand that. We're obviously like very complex beings. We have multi dimensions and levels to what we are. But the main thing I'm addressing right now is the physical, because chronic illness, even though it affects all levels, it stems or can be addressed starting with the physical, right? And I guess it's the most like practical way for most people to start. So for me, I had tried it all. When I met my husband, Chuck, I was actually vegetarian, but I was not a healthy vegetarian. And then I became paleo and autoimmune paleo. I did all these things because once I found out that I had Hashimoto's, which is labeled an autoimmune condition, but I'm coming to understand there's no such thing as autoimmunity. Um, but once I found out that I had Hashimoto's, I thought I would try these other things. And it did briefly, it helped, but it did not alleviate and it did not truly heal me. And so I was starting from a very low baseline to begin with. So when you start to eat paleo, you're going to feel improvement if you're starting from eating like crap. So I did that for several years. And I was so convinced that that was the way that even after I got really sick a couple years ago, that I just had to buckle down and be even more strict, and like then it would surely work. And it really wasn't. It wasn't working. I minutely improved after spending a lot of time and money with a functional medicine doctor, and it was just very it was just hard on my psyche and my whole being to go through that for such a prolonged period of time. Where I ended up was at the medical medium. The medical medium is a man named Anthony William, and he basically gets information given to him by what he calls spirit, and it's all about chronic illness. It's all about various things that are affecting really all of us on some level. And whether or not you believe this or not, if you don't believe in these kinds of things, you're probably not going to have too much success following his protocol, because a lot of it, if not all of it, does come from spirit. But the whole thing is that if you get results from something, I'm not sure why it matters where the information is coming from. If it helps, it helps, and this definitely helps. It's helping me in ways that I didn't realize it could. So what that looks like for me is basically I went from being autoimmune paleo, which is lots of protein, lots of meat, lots of high fat content like coconut oil, lots of avocados. And not that any of those things are bad necessarily, but the fat can be an issue, especially if you're dealing with chronic illness. So basically I was eating a lot of meat, some vegetables, and hardly any fruit. So when I shifted to the medical medium protocol, I started eating a lot of fruit, like a lot. That's mostly what I eat throughout the day. And prior to studying the medical medium's information, I was led to believe, like many of us are, that fruit is high in sugar, right? And it's not good for us because, and that always intuitively was so weird to me, because I'm like, how is it that, Mother Nature provides these plants for us that are full of all these anti-cancer compounds, like we're told, and many of us know by now, but yet they're not good for us because there's too much sugar. It just, intuitively, I should have listened to my gut earlier, but anyway, I landed here now, and that's what's important. So the sugar in fruit is nothing to fear, and it's nothing to be afraid of, because the way your body breaks it down is very different from sugar, from like a sugar cube, of course, right? Most of us should know this by now, but still, most of us are still afraid of eating fruit. So I eat a ton of fruit, vegetables, of course. I don't eat any animal protein anymore. This has greatly helped my liver in being able to heal and process the nutrients it needs to process to heal, as well as the couple of supplements that I am taking right now. So basically, lots of fruit, a lot of lemon, honey, ginger water, which also supports the liver, and the honey in it supports the adrenals and the brain as well as the liver. So it's a more simplistic way, even though there's all these different parts to the medical medium protocol. I found that like adding in different things and pieces, different phases is super helpful in being able to manage all the information, because even for people who think that they know about holistic nutrition and wellness, will have your mind blown when you listen to the medical medium's information or read his books, because it's another paradigm shift yet again. A lot of the information we're being told, even in the alternative health communities, is highly inaccurate. So it's part of what I want to get out, part of the information that I really want to get out, I have conflicted, because I don't want to just be like, just listen to the medical medium, he has all the answers. But also, in my experience with him and knowing other people who have tried other methods and are having great success like I am, he's on top of it. He knows what he's talking about. It's legit. So all I can do is highly encourage other people to dig into this information. Any autoimmune condition that you might be dealing with, whether it's lupus, multiple sclerosis, rheumatoid arthritis, Hashimoto's, like I've dealt with. There's an unending number of what we're told are autoimmune conditions, but they're really not. I'm coming to learn, which makes sense, right? Because once you learn more about the human body and this realm and our existence, it's like, why in the world would our body attack itself? Our bodies and our systems are so incredibly intelligent that there's reasons that they do what they do all the time. So this idea that our bodies just attack itself for no reason, to send out antibodies and attack these various random parts of our body, other parts of our body, it's ridiculous. And the more that you learn, like, oh, there's a reason. It's pathogens. Your body's attacking pathogens. It's trying to protect you. It's always working for you. Your body is always working for you. And once you learn that, and the mechanisms behind that, it's so empowering, rather than being like, oh, my body's destroying itself, I'm a victim, right? Just like anything else, once you're able to take that power back, it's like the whole story and narrative shifts and you're able to move forward, right? So I don't know how much I've actually covered and why I've healed or how I'm healing from chronic illness, but there's so much information from the medical medium that obviously I can't cover it all in a fairly short video, but I really want to urge people who are dealing with illness, even cancer, to look into the medical medium, because Epstein-Barr, shingles, strep, these pathogens wreak havoc in our system, and most people have no idea that they're dealing with these pathogens. And there is a way to heal and recover from them and feel awesome again. I'm still on that path. I feel awesome some days. Never thought I'd feel as good again. Other days, I go through a healing wave, and it's not so fun, but I know it's going to end. It's just temporary, and then I'll feel better afterwards. So totally worth it. If you want to take your life back, and if you want to feel awesome and be able to contribute to the rest of the world's well-being as well, this is a great way. So anyway, that's an introduction to my take on chronic illness and how you can empower and heal yourself. Check out the medical medium.